Ramsey.
I'm Elisa.
We're Reunion Vintage.
We're here in Asheville, North Carolina. Big city, small city. We like eat, sleep, and breathe this shit. Like as a couple, I don't know. It's a weird like work-life balance. Not a thing so much for us, just because even before this was our thing, like, or even before this was the thing we did to make money, this was the thing we did. That's always what we did when, we went out to eat at like shitty diners, and we went to antique stores, estate sales, thrift stores, before we had a shop, or even sold on Etsy. So it's being partners in business and partners in life it's good if you have the same interest. It's helpful.
We have been in this space since October, so not terribly long.
Yeah, like one of our first weekends open, I was gonna say Halloween, but that's not right. It was like a week before Halloween, last year. We got in here, it used to be a dance studio, and the pandemic shut that down. And because we're in downtown Asheville, so we just got pretty lucky. Because most of our sales are online, we are able to like have a space in downtown. And it's great. It's beautiful. When we started selling on Etsy, we were like called something really generic, or what I think was generic. And we just sold everything. And then basically it was like it's not as fun to find things that you don't like. And so like a big part of every single piece in this store is that we specifically like it, which sometimes means you don't sell it or you don't make money on it or whatever, which is like, it's probably like not the best business strategy, but it is the most fun thing to do, to like actually love every single piece.
We both like stuff that goes beyond that, but there is a specific period of time where here, especially
things
in the United
are so
States,
well made.
It's not just that it's beautiful. It's that someone spent time and they made this beautiful thing and put a lot of hard work into it.
And there's like a pride in that work too that I feel like is very like evident in how well the pieces are constructed.
And how just beautiful. I mean, like if you get a pair of jeans that's, from the 40s, it's almost, some of them are almost, quite literally, they're just like works of art, which sounds kind of corny, but the craftsmanship that people used to put in things, and it's not just clothes either. I really like that time frame, architecture. People just used to, and not that nobody does anymore, but when people just used to have so much pride and so much, just put so much time and effort into their work, and it really kind of shows through in pieces of that era.
Stuff from 1890 to 1940 is like hard to find. It's a labor to like reconstruct it. So we try to sell things that are like that fit within our aesthetic, that are like later. So we have lots of like 80s t-shirts that are more accessible in terms of price point, but still feel like, at least like design wise, like they have a similarity to like things that we love from the 50s or the 40s when it comes to like denim. Like we try and get like well-made denim that's a little newer. It looks cool, but it maybe isn't quite as hard to find. So it doesn't have to be quite as expensive. It's really hard to find stuff that's in good condition that is from the eras that we like to buy from. Especially like work clothes, like denim and t-shirts and jean jackets, stuff like that, because all of that stuff was bought up. All of the good condition stuff was probably bought up in like the 80s and 90s. And that doesn't mean that people don't find it, but it's pretty rare. So, like by necessity, we bought stuff that was in worse condition or had been like left in an attic for like 40 years and forgot about, and like, you know, was growing mold or whatever. And we're like, okay, let's buy this. Let's figure out how, first of all, to like make it wearable in terms of like that shit has been in an attic for 30 years and it's gross. But like, second of all, like how to make it like utilitarian and like you can actually wear it without it breaking. There's like a bunch of different sort of philosophies that you can use. Like one is like try and do it as originally as possible and like be as like true to the time period as possible, and like don't mix eras. Like don't mix like 50s fabric with 30s shirts or like whatever. And then there's like another one where like it's just an artistic like experiment and you just do whatever you want. I say those are like the two ends of the spectrum, and I think like Reunion is not at either end of those things. I think that there are like purists, and we're definitely not purists. But I will say, like, if a piece is like really basically trash, then I will be more experimental. Just because it's never gonna be its original form ever. It's not even gonna be close. But with pieces that I feel like are really, really heavily repaired by the original owner, or pieces that aren't going to take a ton to make them wearable, I try and stay really close to like the era in terms of like ways of repairing, like actual like, I'll try and copy the original owner's repair work if there's some to copy. Yeah, so it's like everything. It's everything, and it's all piece by piece, which is like goes back to like what we do, right? Like every single piece is something we love and we find value in, and so every piece is like evaluated differently. All the places.
Yeah.
No, Instagram, reunion_vintage.
Mm-hmm.
We have our own website, reunionvintage.com.
If you're in Asheville.
Yeah, if you're in Asheville, we're right downtown. On Lexington, 90 North Lexington, upstairs.
Driving around.
Yeah, you just see
an
us.
estate sale near you, probably.
See our van broken down on the side of the road.